Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. I am like 10 million degrees, but that's a me problem, not a you problem. Today we are going to talk all things Newsies. I finally got round to seeing this amazing show. So if you want to know my thoughts, my feelings, see if you want to do a one-sided chat with me about this show, then stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So hello, welcome to my channel. Firstly, may I introduce myself if this is the first time you're seeing my face ever. My name is Claire. This is Open Roads and Theatre Seats, where we talk theatre and travel like a 70-30 split at the moment anyway. And yeah, I just share my two loves with the world, chat about it, get some response sometimes, and we just have a fun time together. So hello and welcome if you're new. If you are new, why not subscribe? That felt icky. I never ask people to subscribe, but sorry. Yeah, anyway, let's get into this video. We're going to talk about all things Newsies because I finally got round to checking it out. This show has actually been in residence at the Troubadour, hang on, I've got to get this correctly, Troubadour Wembley Park Theatre for quite a while now, and it has about a month left. And I've been wanting to go since they initially announced it. I am a massive fan of the Broadway recorded version that had Jeremy Jordan and Cara Lindsay, to name but a few people, and I was like, oh my god, I need to go and see it when it was announced. And then they're like, but it's in Wembley, and I was like, I most of the time tend to stick zone 1 when it comes to London. I'm not a Londoner, I don't know areas of London very well, and so when it was like, we're gonna do it in Wembley, I was like, okay. I don't know how to get to zone 4. It was actually really easy, may I just say. And then when they started saying, right, we are fully closing in July, I was like, right, I actually need to get my finger out and get into the theatre. And I'm so glad that I did. Like I said, travel over there was pretty easy. I got the Jubilee line from Westminster all the way up to Wembley Park and did the same in reverse. It was really easy, it didn't take too long, and yeah, I can't complain. I did choose to go on a day that there was something happening at Wembley Stadium, but that's by the by. Yeah, it still wasn't too busy once you got towards the theatre. But anyway, enough of me and my travels. Let's get into the actual show, and let's start off, as I always do, with the creative side. Now, I did not know what to expect from 1, the theatre, and 2, the theatre space that the show is actually in. Obviously you see other people's pictures and you hear things from other people, but until you're in there you don't fully embrace how they have done what they have done. So let's start off with the set, because the way I see this is that the set and the seating have been put together in one little you know, nest, not the right word, but we're gonna go with it. And according to the information in the programme from Morgan Large, he had the plan to use the space the way that it has been used, because it allows for an almost immersive feeling show. You are sat in one of 6, I think, districts in London, no, in New York. There is, I'm gonna get this completely wrong, but I believe it's Flushing and Richmond, and then the front facing the stage front, there is Manhattan and Brooklyn, and then the other side is Flushing and the Bronx. I'm sure that is correct. So you have two sides, which there are two districts, and then there is two districts at the front. I sat in Woodside, and I sat in D. Was I just D or DD? I think it was just D. I was sat somewhere else. Anyway, so where I was sat, there was a gangway in front, and there was obviously a gangway to the side of me, bar 2 seats, and I felt the breeze of so many Newsies. I think where I sat was really, really good. If I had my time again, or if I got a chance to go again, I think I'd quite like to see it from the front, but I don't think I'm going to have a chance to see it once more before it closes. But you don't miss anything being on the side, and yeah, basically it just felt so immersive. There's always people running past you or running to the side of you, or there's people around you at all times. There's always people behind you, performers this is, and even when everyone is on stage, not everyone is facing the front at all times. People are looking at you at all times and performing towards you, and I just think that was really cool and very ingenious. Speaking of ingenious and kind of sticking with the performer-based bracket, let's briefly talk about the choreography, which is done by Matt Cole, award-winning Matt Cole, I believe. Yes, I am correct, because Matt's choreography actually won the Olivier this year for Newsies, and I can see why. From when there is only a few people on stage to when the entire cast is on stage, there is something to look at wherever you look. Again, I feel like sitting somewhere else you could see something completely different, but it was just amazing to sit and watch. I was blown away, and the choreography was literally fantastic, and this has come from someone who doesn't know dance but appreciates good dance. I'm an oxymoron. I'm a moron, let's be honest, but I'm an oxymoron. I don't know anything, but I love it. Costumes by Natalie Price were another high point for me. Obviously, if you've ever seen the recorded Broadway version, you kind of have the image in your head, and the way that Natalie did it was just perfect, because she kind of embraced her own movement, but obviously kind of stuck with how Disney-like their costumes at the same time. I also really appreciated the female Newsies costumes, because they just look very comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. And basically anything creative from the newness of Matt Cole, Morgan Large, Natalie Price, the sound by Tony Gale and lighting by Mark Henderson, to the old and more, and well-known music and lyrics. Music obviously by Alan Menken and the lyrics by Jack Feldman. The things we know and love from previous times of seeing it or hearing it were still there in a lovely neat bow. I just think the whole thing was ingenious and clever and brilliant, and yeah, phenomenal. Let's quickly move on to the cast, because what a cast they were. I tend to, if I'm going to a show in London, kind of look through all of the West End understudy Twitter pages and like, okay, am I getting any understudies? What's happening? Who's this? In our cast on the sunny Sunday afternoon that I saw it, we had 2 understudies / alternates on, and we had a few swing changes as well. So let me just get my pictures up, because I screenshotted them for my own amusement. So for our performance, our swings performing were Imogen Bailey, who took on the Hannah track, Lucy Young, Morgan Gregory, who was playing Maurice Delaney, and Rory Shafford, who was having his Trek debut as Mush. We also had on as the role of Jack Kelly, we had George Crawford, and on as Catherine Plummer we had a Bobby Chambers. So we had 2 alternates on as our 2 lead roles, or 2 of the lead roles. Is there a lead role in Newsies? I don't know, it's very much an ensemble piece. Both Bobby and George are absolutely amazing in their roles, and literally the moments that they were on stage together, beautiful. I just loved the whole like camaraderie of this cast. Obviously the Newsies as a collective, like the ones who are being Newsies, the paper delivery seller boys, obviously have this like almost family element to them, and it really shows throughout the entire show, and you see them like kind of giving each other a look or something just before they start a piece or in the middle of a song, and it's just really nice to watch. And I feel like from where I was sat you kind of saw a few of those moments quite nicely, and I just really enjoyed watching every single member. Obviously if I was going to go through every single member of the cast one by one, each newsie individually, then we could be here for a while. I'm just going to mention a few names of performances I loved, or things that I enjoyed watching, or people I watched a lot of just because they were on my side a bit more. And also I did want to mention the person who was playing Les in our performance, who was Harry Newby. And the reason I know for sure that that person was our Les was because I had his dad sat next to me. He was so proud. It was very cute. And yes, I just wanted to mention that because it's not every day that you have a Newsies dad sat next to you. Also, when they started flying around, he was first to grab one and pass on. Legend. But anyway, back to the cast. A few names I wanted to mention. Number 1, Jacob Fisher, who played Albert, mainly because I haven't seen Jacob for a while. I last saw him in Anything Goes at the Barbican, I believe. Previous to that I hadn't seen him since the Addams Family UK tour first time round. So really amazing to see him again, and I feel like because I knew of him, my eyes were kind of drawn to him quite a lot, and I really enjoyed watching him perform again. Other people I quickly wanted to mention: Ryan Coppell, who was Davy, amazing. Matthew Duckett, who was Crutchy, I really enjoyed watching his portrayal of that role. Also, the speed that person can get up to on a crutch was amazing. Literally at one point he zoomed past me and I was like, how? I can't even walk that fast with 2 legs and he's trying to do it with pretty much 1. Amazing. Top marks. It does show how like uncoordinated I am, but that's a story for a different day. But Kenny Nell, I have kind of been a fan of him since finding him through TikTok. There's a few people on TikTok from this cast that I was like, they are the reason that I finally took the plunge and bought my ticket. So to see Kenny on stage was amazing, and again I feel like when he was anywhere near me my eyes were on McKenny, because it's just like you've seen them on your little phone screen and then all of a sudden they're actually in front of you, and it was just really cool to finally watch him do his thing. My final mention is another one that I have previously seen in other things, and that is Forbes Masson, who I last saw in Big Fish at the other Palace back when the other palace wasn't just about Heathers. And it was really, really nice to see Forbes again perform, because there is just something about him as a person who just performs in such a way that even if he's the baddie of the piece, like he's portrayed in this show, there's always still a little twinkle in his eye. And yeah, it was really, really nice to see him do his thing again, to the point that when everyone else is kind of booing him in the bows at the end, I think I did give a big woo, because it's just really, really nice to see people you've seen in previous shows do something else and show a different side of themselves. Apologies if you can hear a squeaking ball. I've had so many dog interruptions during this video and I'm hoping I can cut them out, but I'm gonna roll with the squeaky ball. If you're a headphone user, you might want to turn it down slightly. But long story short, this show is fantastic. I believe it hasn't got much time left. I feel like it closes on the last week of July. Yes, its last show is the 30th of July at 5:30, which you can no longer get a ticket for because everyone, like the Newsies fans, that one is for them. But yeah, this show is absolutely insane. I'm kind of gutted in a way that I didn't pull my finger out sooner and make the trip out to Wembley to go and see it, because it is a phenomenal piece of work. It's an amazing show. I truly do hope that it comes back in some shape or form again. I feel like this show has proved its fan favourite status. There are obviously people who have seen this show multiple times and have got that amazing like love for the show, and so yeah, I really hope it has another life or another time to shine in the future. I hope this is not the end of Newsies full stop, because it is an amazing show. I thoroughly enjoyed my time going to see it. I even treated myself some chips in the interval because my show did start at 1 and that is my lunch time, so I was like, do I eat before, do I eat after? Fat girl problems, you know. It is an amazing show with a fantastic cast. Its creative side is just like phenomenal, and yeah, go and check it out if you haven't already. You've been umming and ahhing about going to see this show before it closes. Do it. You will not be disappointed. There is even the chance to get rush tickets through Tatix. Go and watch it. It's phenomenal, and yeah, I can't speak highly enough about it. It's definitely up there in one of my top 5 shows for the year so far, which is actually a video I'm kind of planning on making sometime soon. So if that sounds like something you might want to watch, let me know and I will make that for you. But I'm going to leave you here, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I love you all lots, and I shall see you hopefully next time. Bye.